There are 7 things you must never reveal. Not to your friends, not to your partner, not even to your family. Because the moment you reveal them, control shifts away from you. Machiavelli understood this long before the modern world normalized oversharing. He knew one brutal truth: power disappears the moment you become predictable. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few understand what you really are. That wasn't advice. That was a warning. People smile, listen, and nod while quietly updating their advantage. And advantage decides outcomes. Today, I'm giving you 7 things you must never reveal if you want power. They seem harmless, but they expose you. They make you easier to influence, easier to slow down, easier to control. Listen carefully. 1. Never reveal your next move. The fastest way to kill momentum is to announce it. You tell people your plans thinking they'll support you. Instead, they doubt you. They question you, not because they care, but because your growth threatens their comfort. The moment you reveal your next move, you give people time to interfere. They plant doubt, they offer advice. They disguise fear as concern. Smart men don't announce plans. They let execution speak for them. When people see the move before it happens, they block it. When they see it after, they fear it. Move in silence. Let results do the talking. 2. Never reveal your weaknesses. The wrong person doesn't hear your pain, they store it. What you call honesty, they call leverage. People don't forget what hurts you. They remember it for the moment they need it. Your enemies are often former friends. Your betrayals come from familiar faces. Never expose what you haven't mastered. Unmastered truth is liability. Vulnerability earns attention, and attention becomes leverage. Handle your wounds in private. Master them silently. Because once someone knows where you bleed, they know exactly where to strike. 3. Never reveal your income. The richer you get, the quieter you must become. Money doesn't buy loyalty, it buys expectation. The moment people know what you earn, they start calculating what they can get, what you owe, how to use you. Silence protects you. If they don't know what you have, they can't control how they treat you. Real power doesn't flex. It lets others miscalculate. Mystery commands more respect than wealth ever will. 4. Never reveal relationship conflicts. Once you make your private life public, you lose authority. People don't help fix cracks. They wait for collapse. When you talk about relationship problems, you expose emotional dependence. And dependence kills respect. Your relationship is a battlefield. No outsider deserves the map. Fix it privately or walk away quietly. Both require discipline. Only one requires noise. People respect what you refuse to expose. 5. Never reveal family problems. Your family chaos is not your identity until you make it one. People don't separate you from your background. They project it onto you. Oversharing family problems doesn't earn sympathy. It silently lowers your status. Pity destroys respect. Heal in silence. Build in silence. Let people see strength, not the storm you came from. Your story is sacred. Not everyone deserves access. 6. Never reveal your long-term vision. Big visions die when spoken too early. Talking about the future creates fake progress. Your brain mistakes applause for achievement. Most people don't want you to win long-term, not consciously, but instinctively. They'll support you until your growth outpaces theirs. If they don't know what you're building, they can't block it. If they don't know who you're becoming, they can't stop it. Work in silence. Arrive undeniable. 7. Never reveal your deepest regrets. This is where most people destroy themselves. They confess, thinking it makes them real. They open up, thinking it builds connection. Instead, they arm others. Your past is more interesting to people than your future. When you reveal regret, they don't forget it. They wait. And when you rise, they throw it back at you. Your failures become their weapon. Never hand someone a weapon and call it honesty. Strong men don't confess to be understood. They outgrow the version that needs explaining. Use regret as fuel, not as a story. Master it so deeply it never needs words. Most people never become powerful, not because they lack ability, but because they talk too much. They leak plans, they leak pain, they leak ambition until nothing is left. Power respects silence, and the world fears what arrives fully formed. If this message hit, comment, "I move in silence." This channel isn't for comfort, it's for control. See you in the next video.